Hello, Taurus. Have you ever noticed how certain people seem to enter your life just as you're becoming more grounded in your own truth? There is a powerful energy building around June 14 and 15, and it may reveal just how deeply your presence has been touching someone else's heart. This is more than a horoscope. It feels like a message arriving at exactly the right moment, one that could transform the way you view love, connection, and your role in another person's awakening. If something gently guided you to this video today, trust that feeling. You are not here by accident. The energy that led you here carries meaning beyond coincidence, and what is unfolding now feels different from anything you've experienced recently. Someone whose life appears successful, polished, and completely in control is beginning to recognize truths they have kept hidden from themselves for a very long time. What draws this person toward you has little to do with appearance or words. It comes from your steady presence, your emotional depth, and the authenticity you bring into every space you enter. You have become a mirror they cannot look away from, and what they see reflected back is awakening emotions and realizations they never expected to face. That realization creates a powerful mixture of admiration, curiosity, and discomfort. This man may be respected, accomplished, and admired by many, yet he is discovering that success alone cannot answer the deeper calling. Your energy awakens within him. Whether you realize it or not, you are already influencing someone who once believed he had complete control over every aspect of his world. The truth is that he was never drawn to you because he had everything figured out. He was drawn to you because you embody something real, something impossible to ignore, and something he can no longer avoid. That is where your power begins. Let me ask you something, Taurus. Have you ever met someone who seemed completely confident and secure, only to watch something inside them shift after connecting with you? Has anyone ever told you that your presence made them rethink what they believed about love, life, or even themselves? If those questions resonate, then you may already feel where this message is leading. And if they don't, clarity may be much closer than you think. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to sincerely thank you for being here. Your time, your openness, and your willingness to explore messages like this mean more than you may realize. Every like, every comment, and every new subscriber helps this space continue reaching people who are searching for guidance, hope, and deeper understanding. You are an important part of this journey, and your presence truly matters. And for those who feel called to support this work on a deeper level, you can do so through the link in the description or the QR code on your screen. Every contribution helps keep these messages flowing and allows this space to continue reaching those who are seeking clarity, healing, and encouragement. Your kindness and generosity are deeply appreciated. Now, Taurus, I encourage you to stay with this video until the very end. What the universe is revealing today goes far beyond attraction or romance. This is about a spiritual connection coming back into focus, a lesson involving love, personal power, self-worth, and a level of transformation that money, status, or success could never purchase. So take a moment and check in with yourself. If this message resonates, even if you cannot fully explain why yet, leave a comment below and write, "I am ready to receive what's meant for me." Write it, not because you are waiting passively, but because a deeper part of you already knows the timing is right. Let's go deeper. There is something undeniably shifting in the energy around you this week, Taurus. It feels both familiar and entirely new at the same time, as though something that has been quietly growing beneath the surface is finally beginning to reveal itself. You may not see clear evidence of it yet, but a larger pattern is steadily taking shape behind the scenes. As the energy settles around June 14 and 15, emotional awareness becomes harder to ignore. This is the kind of influence that softens the space between logic and intuition, inviting deeper understanding rather than immediate answers. For you, Taurus, that energy reaches beyond your own inner world and touches someone who's been observing you with equal parts admiration and uncertainty. This period carries a meaningful blend of influences that place you at the center of a quiet but important shift. Venus, your ruling planet and the symbol of love, value, and connection, forms a significant relationship with Saturn, the force of responsibility, maturity, and long-standing emotional structures. Together, they create tension that encourages growth, asking truth and stability to meet what has long been guarded or suppressed. This is not the energy of passing attraction or surface-level interest. It is something deeper, a pressure building from within that encourages real change. Taurus, whether you realize it or not, you are helping activate that process in someone whose life appears successful, respected, and complete from the outside. The reason has little to do with anything dramatic that you have done. It comes from the fact that your presence reflects something genuine that cannot be manufactured. Like clear water revealing what has settled at the bottom of a still pond, your energy brings hidden truths into view and makes them difficult to ignore. This person recognizes qualities in you that cannot be acquired through status or achievement. They see calm without performance, confidence without control, and wisdom that asks for nothing in return. Your grounded nature challenges their need to manage every outcome, and your light quietly illuminates parts of themselves they have spent years avoiding. From an astrological perspective, connections like this often appear when karmic lessons are ready to move forward. People are brought together for reasons that reach beyond convenience or timing. The purpose is growth, even when that growth feels uncomfortable, and Saturn often supports transformation that lasts because it is built on truth rather than illusion. The person affected by your presence is not accustomed to being changed. They are far more familiar with influencing others than being influenced themselves. That is why this connection may feel disruptive at first, although perhaps disruption is not the most accurate word. What if you are not interrupting their path at all? What if you are helping realign it? Sometimes people ask for change, while secretly hoping it will arrive without challenging their pride. Yet, meaningful transformation rarely works that way. The answers we need often arrive through the very truths we resist. Taurus, in this situation, you represent that truth. Your authenticity, your standards, and your refusal to compromise your worth are awakening something that has remained dormant in this person's heart for a very long time. This is happening because of who you are, not because of anything you are trying to accomplish. The tarot reinforces this message with remarkable clarity. The Emperor suggests a person accustomed to power and control, someone capable of building impressive foundations while still feeling disconnected from deeper emotional fulfillment. The Four of Cups points toward an inner emptiness that success alone has never been able to satisfy. And your card, the Hierophant, appears as a reminder of deeper values, meaningful commitment, and the wisdom that comes from living in alignment with what is real. It encourages the understanding that no achievement feels complete when genuine connection is missing from the foundation. What is unfolding here reaches beyond emotion alone. It is energetic, spiritual, and deeply transformative. Even if these days pass without dramatic confessions or obvious signs, something important is already shifting within someone's belief system because you reflect far more than their image, you reflect their essence. That is why the experience feels so intense. That is why it carries such weight, and that is why it can feel destined. If you have sensed a subtle change lately, as though someone is becoming aware of you on a deeper level without fully stepping forward, do not dismiss it. Transformation rarely begins with a dramatic announcement. More often it starts as a quiet realization that gradually expands into something impossible to ignore. Continue being yourself. That is where the healing lives. That is where the message lives. And it may also be the very answer someone has been searching for without realizing it. When someone encounters a presence like yours, Taurus, a spirit that remains grounded, genuine, and impossible to purchase, manipulate, or reshape for someone else's comfort, the structures they have built around themselves begin to shift. For a person who has spent years maintaining control and choosing relationships that feel safe rather than authentic, your truth is not only magnetic, it changes everything they thought they understood. And this is where the deeper story truly begins. The truth is, this man did not enter your energy because he was searching for love, at least not the version of love that is often celebrated by the world. He was drawn toward you because, without realizing it, he needed to face something his success, influence, and accomplishments had concealed for far too long. You naturally reflect back a missing piece he has never been able to fully name. That is the part that unsettles him. When you enter a room carrying nothing but your genuine nature, your calm confidence, and your grounded sense of self, you embody qualities that cannot be purchased, earned through status, or created through performance. You do not simply capture his attention. You challenge the foundation of what he believes matters. Your presence becomes a light that quietly reveals the areas of his life that remain unresolved. Some people might label this a soulmate connection and leave the story there, but the reality is far more layered than that. This is not a reward waiting at the end of a path built on ego, and you are not a prize meant to validate his journey. Taurus, you represent a crossroads where growth becomes a choice. For someone accustomed to relationships built on exchange, where affection is often tied to status, approval, or expectation, you arrive as something entirely different. You stand firmly in your worth without placing a price on your presence, and that alone changes everything. You meet him with an energy that quietly says, "I see who you are, but I cannot be owned." Ironically, that is exactly what his soul has been longing for. Yet meaningful medicine often carries discomfort before healing begins. What makes this connection powerful is not that you are difficult to reach, it is that you cannot be possessed. Your emotional independence, your healthy boundaries, and your ability to care deeply without abandoning yourself are qualities he has never fully learned to navigate. Because of that, his first reaction may be fear rather than surrender. The reason has nothing to do with something being wrong with you. It is because you represent the kind of connection he has spent years avoiding, one that is honest, unfiltered, and free from roles, conditions, and carefully maintained appearances. You reflect who he truly is beneath the image he presents to the world. The moment that shakes him is not the possibility of losing you. It is the realization that stepping closer to your world requires him to stop hiding within his own. You are a threshold. You are a moment of choice. You are the mirror that does not simply reflect appearances, but reveals deeper truth, and that is what makes you impossible to forget. It is not because you fit neatly into his story. It is because you inspire him to question the story itself. If you have ever noticed people reacting strongly to your honesty or projecting their fears onto you simply because you choose authenticity, there may be a reason for that. If others have described you as intense, overly honest, or difficult to ignore, it may be because your energy naturally brings hidden truths to the surface. Not everyone feels ready for that experience. Still, that does not mean you should make yourself smaller. In a world where many people continue building identities around appearances and expectations, remain rooted in what is real. Be the clear water. Be the steady foundation they never expected to encounter. And when someone feels shaken by your authenticity, remember that it is not a signal to retreat. It is often a sign that you are standing firmly in alignment with who you were meant to be. The people who truly belong in your life will not be intimidated by that truth. They will grow strong enough to meet it. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect and share your experience below. Have you ever watched someone pull back simply because you were honest? Because you were fully yourself? Let this be a place where your energy is acknowledged and appreciated. You are not a storm disrupting lives around you. You are the stillness that helps others recognize the chaos they have been carrying within. And that is a rare and sacred gift. Sometimes the universe communicates so quietly that most people overlook it completely. Yet Taurus, your grounded nature gives you a unique sensitivity to these subtle shifts. That is what makes this moment so meaningful. While others may dismiss the signs, your spirit often recognizes them long before your mind can explain them. You feel the change first, through a subtle shift in energy, a repeating number that continues to appear, or a dream that stays with you long after waking. These moments are not random. They are conversations between your higher self and the deeper wisdom that continues guiding you toward alignment. This week, the signs may feel more noticeable than usual. Maybe you keep spotting 4-4 when you're searching for stability in a relationship, 8888 when you're wondering whether abundance is finally flowing toward you, or 611 when you're moving through an important stage of emotional healing. These numbers can feel like gentle reminders that something meaningful is unfolding beneath the surface. Each carries its own message. The energy of 444 speaks of strong foundations, trust, and building something that lasts. 888 points toward alignment with growth and flow, while 611 encourages healing, self-awareness, and a deeper connection to the heart. None of these signs are meant to create fear or uncertainty. They are here to help you feel grounded and remind you that there is purpose within what may seem confusing right now. They also serve as reminders that your timing is not working against you. There are moments when life appears messy or unclear, yet a larger design is still unfolding. The signs arrive to reassure you that progress is happening, even when you cannot see every step ahead. The tarot echoes this message beautifully. The High Priestess appears when your inner wisdom is already speaking and asking for your attention. She encourages you to stop searching outside yourself for every answer and begin trusting the quiet, knowing that has been present all along. Her message becomes even more meaningful when paired with the Tower reversed. Yes, change is moving through your emotional world. Yes, certain structures are being adjusted and redefined, but that process does not have to feel overwhelming. This card often suggests that awareness softens transformation. When you welcome change with openness rather than fear, what could have felt disruptive becomes freeing instead. The shift becomes less about loss and more about making space for something more aligned. And then there are those moments that seem small but stay with you. A message appears just when you are ready to move on. A familiar name suddenly returns to your awareness after months of silence. A stranger catches your attention in a way that feels oddly significant. These experiences are not random interruptions. They are invitations to notice what is resonating with your growth. The universe tends to communicate through patterns, timing, and repeated themes rather than dramatic displays. If something continues returning to your awareness, there may be a reason for it. That does not mean you need to react immediately or force an outcome. It simply means that paying attention could reveal something important. Sometimes what we dismiss is exactly what our soul is trying to understand. Numerology adds another layer to this message, especially through the energies of 444, 888, and 611. Together, they speak of stability, growth, healing, and the courage to trust your own path. You may notice these numbers on receipts, clocks, addresses, or dates. When you do, pause for a moment and breathe. Let them remind you that this chapter matters and that your awareness is guiding you towards something meaningful. As you move through daily responsibilities, conversations, and the constant activity of modern life, try to create a little space for stillness. Even a few quiet minutes can make a difference. That is often where clarity arrives, and where intuition becomes easier to hear. You do not have to chase what is meant for you. You only need to create enough room for it to enter your life naturally. The smallest moments of breath, a pause, a brief realization can become the beginning of something much larger. Do not overlook what appears insignificant today. What seems small now may eventually reveal itself as the doorway you have been hoping to find. Stay open, stay grounded, and above all, remain true to yourself. There comes a point in every person's journey when the lesson is no longer about earning love, proving worth, or constantly seeking validation. Instead, it becomes about embodying the energy of love itself. Taurus, you are standing very close to that realization now. After everything we have explored, the powerful effect your presence has had on someone, the inner shifts taking place beneath the surface, and the signs that continue appearing around you, the message begins to come into focus with greater clarity. You were never meant to be possessed, fixed, or placed on a pedestal. You are meant to be met with honesty, respect, and emotional alignment. Not everyone understands how to offer that, and that is precisely why this chapter matters so much. For someone who has spent years believing control creates safety or that love must be earned through performance, meeting a person like you can feel overwhelming. It can feel inspiring and unsettling at the same time. You are not handing them instructions on how to win your heart. You are reflecting something much deeper back to them. You are offering an invitation to experience love without control and connection without domination. And while that idea may sound beautiful in theory, living it requires a level of honesty that many people have not yet developed. before someone can truly love you in a healthy way, they often need to release the habits, fears, and patterns that have taught them to love from a place of insecurity. That is why your boundaries are so important. They are not barriers designed to keep people out. They are sacred thresholds that help define what can enter your life. You are not being unreasonable by expecting emotional maturity. You are not asking for too much when you choose not to accept attention that comes with conditions attached. Taurus, what you are creating is a space where genuine love has an opportunity to grow without becoming tangled in manipulation, fear, or ego. That takes strength. It means resisting the urge to explain your value to people who have not yet learned how to recognize it. It means keeping your standards intact, even when someone feels drawn to you, but has not yet done the inner work required to meet you where you stand. You are not here to convince anyone that you deserve love. You are here to remember that your worth already exists, whether someone recognizes it or not. That truth leads to one of the most powerful lessons of all. The right people do not need to be chased. They rise. When someone is genuinely aligned with your energy, they will not feel threatened by your independence, your honesty, or your clarity. Instead of trying to diminish your light, they will feel inspired by it. They will move toward growth because something inside them recognizes the opportunity. Not because you demanded it, and not because you persuaded them, but because they understand that the time has come. And for those who are unable to meet you in that space, your responsibility is not to rescue or repair them. Your role is to remain steady. Sometimes the most loving response is not to stay and teach every lesson yourself. Sometimes it is to step back and allow people to experience the results of their own choices without interference. Think of yourself as a doorway, not a locked door and not a closed one, but a sacred entrance. Some people will hesitate because they sense the transformation that awaits on the other side. Others may try to force their way through without doing the work required. Yet the person who is truly meant to enter your life will approach differently. They will come with humility, courage, and a willingness to leave behind what no longer belongs in the connection. That is where authentic love begins. Real love never asks you to abandon yourself. It invites you to become even more connected to who you truly are. If someone's attention leaves you feeling smaller, uncertain, or emotionally unsafe, that experience may be revealing a wound that still wants healing. And through that healing process, you reclaim your power. You reconnect with the parts of yourself that deserve trust, respect, and care. Let this be a reminder, Taurus. You do not need to soften your truth in order to be seen. You do not need to perform or prove yourself in order to be chosen. Your value does not come from perfection. It comes from the weight and authenticity of who you are. Your spirit was meant to reflect truth, not hide behind appearances. You are not a challenge someone must conquer. You are the answer to a question they have spent a long time avoiding. And if someone is truly meant to walk beside you, they will do the work required to honor your presence. Until then, stay rooted in your worth. You were never meant to be possessed. You were meant to be respected, valued, and met with sincerity. There is something deeply meaningful about the space that opens when we stop chasing and begin receiving. At this stage of your journey, the energy is already moving. You have felt the shift. You have seen the effect your presence has had, both within yourself and within someone else's world. Now you stand before the most important doorway of all. Not the one that leads outward toward another person, but the one that invites you inward, because the love we often wait for may already be making its way toward us. The real question is whether we have created room to receive it. This is where intentional rituals can become valuable, not because the universe requires candles, written affirmations, or symbolic gestures in order to hear you, but because those practices help you hear yourself more clearly. They help you reconnect with your own truth. They help you listen to the voice beneath fear, impatience, and uncertainty. The voice that still remembers who you are beneath every disappointment and every moment that tried to make you forget. When practiced with genuine intention, a ritual is simply a way of bringing your heart into alignment with what you are ready to receive. It sends a clear message that you are no longer uncertain about the life, love, or experiences you wish to welcome. The power is not in the object itself. The power comes from the clarity you create within yourself. Lighting a soft pink or white candle can be a beautiful example of this. It is not only a symbol of love, but also a reminder of purity, sincerity, and conscious intention. As the flame flickers, it gives your attention a place to settle and helps quiet the noise that often fills the day. In that moment, you are choosing presence instead of pressure. You are giving yourself permission to slow down and reconnect with what matters. Sometimes that simple shift changes more than we realize. Writing an affirmation works in a similar way. It is not about creating magic through words on paper. It is about bringing your beliefs into the physical world and giving them form. When you write, "I am not the one waiting to be chosen. I am the one who chooses. I welcome what is aligned with my soul," you are doing more than hoping for something better. You are making a declaration about who you are becoming. That distinction changes everything. Placing a glass of water beside the candle may seem like a small detail, yet water has long been associated with intention, reflection, and emotional awareness. Just as it carries memory, it can serve as a symbol for the energy you are choosing to cultivate. As you sit quietly beside it, you allow your thoughts, feelings, and inner wisdom to settle into a deeper level of awareness. Those few minutes of silence are not empty at all. They create space where yesterday's worries and tomorrow's questions can soften for a while. In that stillness, only the present moment remains, and it is often within the present that meaningful shifts begin. Many people ask when love will finally arrive. Yet the deeper question is often far more powerful. Who are you when that love enters your life? The answer to that question changes everything. When you begin living as though love, respect, and emotional security already belong in your world, your energy changes. You stop reaching outward from lack and begin drawing experiences toward you from a place of alignment. That is the heart of attraction. It is not built on fantasy. It is built on frequency. I once heard from a quiet member of our community who committed to writing affirmations every morning for 21 days. Her goal was not to bring someone back into her life. Her goal was to reconnect with herself. By the end of those 21 days, someone she thought she had lost reappeared. Yet the real change was not what happened externally. The real change was that both she and the connection had shifted. It was not a spell. It was alignment. Her outer world reflected the inner transformation she had already begun. That is what this journey is truly about. It is not about forcing love to arrive or proving that you deserve it. It is about choosing each day to align your thoughts, actions, and energy with a version of yourself that already knows your worth. Whether a specific person reaches out or not, whether this week brings a conversation, a realization, or a meaningful sign, the ritual is not really about them. It is about reclaiming your ability to receive without fear, to speak your truth without apology, and to embody love without waiting for permission. So, let me ask you something gently. Would you be willing to try this tonight? Not for a particular outcome, but for yourself. Not for control, but for release. If something inside you responds to that invitation, if you feel a quiet sense of readiness rising within, then honor it. Write "yes" in the comments. Let your voice become part of this shared energy of openness and intention, because when your heart says yes with clarity, life often finds remarkable ways to respond. Taurus, if you have stayed with this message until now, I want to acknowledge the part of you that has been listening with more than your ears. You have been listening with your heart. What we have explored together is not merely a prediction or a story about love. It is an invitation to remember your value, your strength, and your ability to shape your future with intention. You are not someone waiting on the sidelines to be chosen. You are an active part of the unfolding itself. You are the call. You are the mirror. You are the message. You are the movement. And when someone is truly meant to meet you in that truth, they will not need convincing. They will recognize the energy. They will rise to meet it. You do not need to hide your sensitivity in order to be loved. You do not need to pretend to be stronger than you feel in order to earn respect. You are not here to become smaller. You are here to become more fully yourself. That includes honoring your needs, trusting your boundaries, and remaining grounded in your truth, even when others are still learning how to meet you there. Genuine love never asks you to abandon who you are. So if your heart feels especially heavy during this period, take a moment to care for yourself. Check in with your body. Ask whether you are getting enough rest, nourishment, and support. Offer yourself the same kindness you so naturally extend to others. Sometimes simple things, including proper rest, fresh air, vitamin D or zinc, can support not only your physical well-being, but also your overall sense of balance and vitality. And if you have been feeling uncertain about your direction in work or finances, perhaps this is the moment to explore new possibilities, not from fear, but from curiosity. You may be surprised by how far a creative opportunity or a healing-centered path can take you when it aligns with your natural strengths. Taurus, your grounded presence, steady heart, authenticity, and ability to create lasting value are gifts that deserve to be trusted. When your choices reflect those qualities, growth often unfolds in ways that feel both meaningful and sustainable. When it comes to love, remember that you were never meant to chase what is truly meant for you. Real connection does not require force. What belongs in your life will find a way to remain, to deepen, and to meet you with honesty and clarity. Let truth guide your decisions instead of urgency. Let authenticity lead the way rather than the fear of missing an opportunity. The strongest foundations are built through alignment, not pressure. If you would like to support your energy during this period, consider surrounding yourself with colors that reflect the qualities you are cultivating. Sage green can encourage healing and inner balance. Earthy emerald carries the energy of growth, abundance, and grounded confidence, while soft copper reflects warmth, stability, and emotional strength. Allow these colors to remind you of both who you are and who you are becoming. Their purpose is not to validate your worth from the outside. They simply help reconnect you with a truth your soul already recognizes. I know life can feel busy. I know it can be difficult to maintain faith when visible results take longer than expected. Yet it is important to remember that a process can be working even when the outcome has not fully appeared. Some of the most meaningful transformations happen quietly. They develop beneath the surface, much like seeds taking root before they ever break through the soil. Growth often begins long before there is evidence for others to see. Keep showing up for yourself. Continue creating space for what feels genuine and aligned. Your energy is not going unnoticed. Even when recognition has not arrived yet, the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences are steadily moving into alignment with your path. More is happening behind the scenes than you may currently realize. Before we finish, I want to offer my sincere gratitude for your presence here. Thank you for your time, your openness, and your willingness to explore messages like this with an open heart. It truly means more than you know. Every like, every comment, and every subscription is more than a simple digital action. Each one helps strengthen this space and allows these messages to continue reaching people who may need encouragement, clarity, or hope. Your support helps keep this community growing, and I deeply appreciate it. And for those who feel called to support this work on a deeper level, you can do so through the link in the description or the QR code on your screen. Every contribution, no matter the size, helps keep these messages flowing and allows this space to continue serving hearts that are searching for guidance, healing, and clarity. Your kindness becomes part of the energy that makes these videos possible, and I am truly grateful for it. So let me leave you with a simple invitation. If something in this message resonated with you, if you felt understood, supported, or ready for the next chapter, leave a comment below and write, "I am ready to walk into my truth." Let those words become your sacred yes. Let them be the key that opens the next doorway in front of you. And if you have not already, I would love for you to like this video. Share it with someone who may need these words, and subscribe to continue this journey with us. Taurus, your path is not random. Your presence carries value, and what is aligned for you is not only drawing closer, it is already beginning to unfold. Let us continue forward with steadiness, clarity, and courage. I will meet you in the next message.